In the distant land of Zaporia, color wasn't merely a fashion choice, it was a privilege. Hues themselves were locked away, measured, and owned by those who ruled. Among the aristocracy, color was currency. The brighter your wardrobe, the stronger your power. At grand banquets and glittering galas, nobles flaunted their status in shimmering fabrics that pulsed with rare chromatic threads. Even the slightest fading of a silk or dimming of a shade signaled decline. "Did you see Lady Voss at the lunar gala?" whispered one courtier to another. Her gown barely shifted to a faint cerulean. Her family's grip on power must be loosening. Perhaps she should secure a marriage before her garments fade to the dreary gray of the lower quarters, came the sly reply. Below the shining upper terraces, Lower Zaporia lived in shadow. Color was outlawed entirely for commoners. The penalty for wearing so much as a yellow scarf was brutal imprisonment, fines, or both. A child's ribbon could cost 2 weeks' wages. A single scrap of contraband cloth could mean a year behind bars. A tailor in the shadows, deep in the cramped tanner's district, in a workshop lit only by lanterns, a young seamstress named Erin sketched dress patterns with ink-stained fingers. "Half these designs will never see the light of day," she muttered, flipping through her sketches. "No limits on my paper, just rebellion in ink." Her friend Lyra appeared, clutching something wrapped in burlap. "Look what I found near the upper city's refuse chutes." Erin unwrapped it carefully. A scrap of living silk. It shimmered faintly, as though breathing. "Chromatic silk," Erin whispered, stunned. "How did you?" "Don't ask questions," Lyra warned. "Upper Zaporia isn't careful with its trash. But if anyone sees it here, they'll shut you down in a heartbeat." Erin's eyes gleamed with determination. "Then I'd better stitch fast." The secret of the silk. Late at night, Erin experimented with the forbidden fabric. It defied everything she knew about weaving. The silk wasn't coded to respond only to noble, refined sensibilities, as the authorities claimed. It reacted to something far deeper, human emotion itself. Heat, sound, even a trembling fingertip set it glowing. It was alive, not like a plant or animal, but alive like feelings are alive. "What does it feel like?" Lyra asked, brushing the fabric with her hand. "Warm," Erin murmured. "Like when someone hugs you. It shows your heart." Soon Erin fashioned tiny items in secret: a bookmark, a ribbon, a child's glovend, gave them quietly to people who had never dared to wear color. A boy who never spoke in class received a small strip of glowing silk. The next day, he raised his hand for the first time. Shoppers lingered at Erin's humble stall, drawn by the mysterious beauty of her work. But Lyra worried. "If the upper city discovers this, they'll crush us." Erin only nodded. "That's why we must be careful. But if everyone could feel what I feel wearing this silk, they'd never go back to gray." Whispers in the palace. In the marble halls of Zaporia's palace, unease grew. Reports reached the Royal Fashion Council of contraband garments in the lower city, clothes that shifted colors with emotion. "It's impossible," sneered Lady Isolde, Zaporia's stern fashion minister. "The living silks can only be worn by those of noble breeding." But Prince Darius, unlike most aristocrats, frowned. "Or perhaps they respond to something else, something all people share." "Careful, son," his father warned. "These people must accept the order of things." "Or perhaps," Darius muttered under his breath, "it's time to question that order. Crack down and capture." Soon Lady Isolde ordered raids across Lower Zaporia. Color-scanning patrols combed the streets. Tailors' shops were searched. Anyone found with a speck of illegal silk was punished. They found a name whispered among the people: Erin, the color stitcher. One evening, soldiers stormed the tanner's district. Erin tried to hide her precious scraps, but it was too late. She was dragged away in chains. In her cell, she met an unexpected prisoner, Prince Darius himself, arrested for defying curfew in the lower city. "I didn't expect to share a cell with royalty," Erin said dryly. "And I didn't expect to meet a criminal tailor," Darius replied with a wry smile. Erin studied him. "What's your crime?" "Improper hemlines," he joked. "Yours?" "Giving people back their birthright," she said. The noble threat. Soon Lady Isolde confronted Erin. "You have talent, girl. Use it for us or rot here while your friends suffer." To protect her loved ones, Erin agreed to design gowns for the upcoming spring gala. She would have access to the rarest chromatic fabrics, but every stitch had to serve noble power. Inside the palace workshops, Erin saw every shade she'd been forbidden to touch. Emeralds and sapphires glowed like bottled light. Yet her silent rage only deepened. At night, she worked in secret on a plan of rebellion. A gown of pure empathic silk, designed to reveal truth. An unlikely alliance. Darius, impressed by Aaron's courage, sought her out once he was released. The color laws are nothing but chains, he admitted. I'll help you end them. Together they formed a dangerous alliance. The people of Lower Zaporia planned to protest during the gala, but Darius warned them. The guards will slaughter you. We need a smarter way. Aaron had it. A dress delivered to Princess Lara, Darius's younger sister, who knew nothing of its secret. The night of truth. The spring gala shimmered with jewels and music. Nobles paraded in gowns Aaron herself had made. Then the herald called out, presenting Princess Lara of Zaporia. She glided beneath the chandelier in a pure white gown. Then something miraculous happened. The fabric shifted not to Zaporia's royal golds and silvers, but to soft blues of kindness, gentle pinks of compassion, and deep violets of empathy. The crowd gasped. This isn't witchcraft, Lara said clearly. This is me, my true heart, and I have never agreed with the chromatic laws. Guards moved to seize Aaron. Lady Isolda shouted, arrest the tailor. She's bewitched the princess. But Darius stepped forward. No one touches her. Can't you all see? Lara cried. These colors don't lie. They don't make you something new, they show who you already are. Isolde sneered and donned the silk herself. The fabric stayed dull and gray. Why doesn't it change? She demanded. Because, Aaron said softly, there's nothing real to reveal. The fall of the old order. The truth was undeniable. People shouted in support. Nobles faltered, unsure. Darius raised his voice. For years, you were told color belonged only to the highborn, but tonight, that lie ends. Color belongs to every soul in Zaporia. Princess Lara tore away her jeweled cloak. Tradition is worthless if it crushes those beneath it. I end the color laws forever. Cheers erupted. The soldiers lowered their weapons. Even the palace servants smiled as vivid hues rippled through their plain uniforms for the first time in generations. A new beginning. Weeks later, Zaporia transformed. No longer did color signify rank. It reflected individual choice and inner truth. Streets once shrouded in gray bloomed with radiant fabrics. An academy opened where anyone noble or commoner could study fashion and design. Aaron herself cut the ribbon. I'm 65 years old, said one villager, tears in her eyes, as she donned a bright purple scarf. Never thought I'd live to see this day. Darius smiled at Aaron. Purple suits you, he said. Ready to lead the way, Professor, Lyra teased. Aaron laughed softly. Let's show Zaporia its true colors. And so they did. Not by war, but by revelation. A kingdom once bound by fear learned to see itself clearly. And they all lived in color ever after.